This video right here is probably the most requested video of this year so far, hence why here I am. I decided to take on this challenge and continue documenting my journey on the Trader Scale account. To give y'all a short recap, if you don't know what I'm talking about, end of March, I posted a YouTube video on the 29th of March, right on my birthday, where I tried passing a 200K prop firm challenge on Trader Scale, and I was able to successfully pass phase 1. I documented it fully from A to Z, and you guys know exactly how that went. And then start of April, when I started trading phase 2 as well, I also saw that many of you guys enjoyed it and asked me to document the rest, basically me trying to get to that funded account and then trade that funded account successfully to qualify for a payout and document the whole process. Seeing that, I decided that I should deliver. That's why start of April, when the video was just posted, I started trading the phase 2 as well, and I was able to pass it in that first week of April. The first trade I took was a loss. I used the same exact risk management as on phase 1, risking 2.5% on each trade. That first loss was a swing trade I took, and then I was able to take 2 day trading winners, and with those 2 trades I was able to pass the phase 2 in the first week of April. The 2 winning trades I'm talking about are a buy on GBP/USD and a buy on USD/CHF. And why not, let's quickly hop on the charts and show you exactly how I identify those setups and why I took them. But before that, now that we're over here, I want to be super transparent with you guys, hence why I'm a hop on Trader Scale. As you can see, I'm logged in right here. This is my full name, as you guys already know, and these are all the accounts. So as we know, phase 1, I was able to pass it. Okay, this was the full profit, $20,574. You guys already know it from the past video. And then phase 2, as we can see, I received the phase 2 end of March, but like I said, I started trading it start of April due to my birthday and all the things that were going on end of March. And then as we can see, we have the Trader Scale 2-step funded account that was assigned on the 4th of April. Once again, let me quickly refresh just to show you guys that these accounts are real. And I'm also going over the achievements to show you guys the certificates. So this is the phase 1 certificate that you guys already know from the past video, and this one is the phase 2 that I received right after passing the phase 2 on the 4th of April. Now that I showed you all of this, let's hop on the chart, okay? And let's talk about firstly the GBP/USD trade and secondly the USD/CHF trade, basically the 2 trades that helped me pass the phase 2 of this prop firm challenge. So on GU, I opened the chart for the first time on that specific day right here. It was the 1st of April. The first thing that I did on the H1 is I marked my liquidity levels, okay? The upper one was this valid high right here, and then the lower one was this valid low right here that just was taken out. After that, I zoomed out to see whether I have a confluence over here on the H1, and yes, I was able to identify this beautiful unmitigated demand on the H1. So we have an H1 demand over here. That right there is a great higher time frame confluence. Besides that, on the 4-hour, I don't think I've seen anything, and neither on the daily. So that was more than enough for me to consider this setup A+ potential. And then what I did is I hopped on the 5-minute and I marked that this is an A+ potential, depending on, of course, the market structure shift. Okay, I've also seen that we liquidated this low over here on the 5-minute, which was a good added confluence, because for me this is like a pit stop at the gas station before eventually making the impulsive move towards the right direction. Okay, that's how I see it. And after that, I just waited. Okay, I waited, and boom, right here I was able to identify the aggressive shift. We can see it's clear as day. Right here we have the MSS, the impulsive market structure shift, and then I was able to identify this VVG and this second one as well. Okay, I wanted to enter on this second VVG. Okay, this is where I placed the buy limit, stop loss below the low, and then of course I targeted to RR. And after I placed the order, I of course sent it in my community as well. And on that note, if you want to become part of it and start working with me one-on-one, you can feel free to click the first link down below and apply for the mentoring program. And now after the trade was sent, we can play it and let's see how it played out. Right here, it tapped us in, okay? And then let's play the price, and we can see that we had a super beautiful sniper reaction to this VVG, and the TP smashed right here, okay, in the evening. And with this trade, I was able to get 2.5% in profit on the phase 2. And then with this next trade that I will share with you guys, I was able to pass the account. The next trade was on UChef. Real quick, let me use the bar replay to show you exactly when I started looking for setups. So here I was, that's exactly when I opened the UChef chart for the first time during that specific day. It was a beautiful day because I essentially took both of these winners in one single day. And then all I had to do till the 4th of April was to complete the minimum trading days. And then on the 4th of April, I received the certificate that I just showed you. And that's when I was able to get the funded account assigned as well. I know a lot of you might ask, well, okay, if you got the funded account assigned on the 4th of April, why haven't you started trading it right afterwards? That's a really good question. And my answer to that is very simple. The main reason is that TraderScale have a rule where you cannot request a payout in the first 30 days after the funded account gets assigned. So for me, if I would have started trading the funded account at the beginning of April, basically after I passed the phase 2, if I would have been able to qualify for a payout, I would have to wait till the 4th of May to be able to request a payout. And what I'm trying to do in this video is to do it all together. I'm trying to document everything, basically show you the trades that I took in order to pass phase 2, and then document in real time what I will do on the funded account, trying to qualify for a payout. And if I'm able to successfully do it, I will be able to request it and document the payout process in this same exact video. So that was the main reason. And apart from that, I also wanted to make sure that I have the highest chance to qualify for a payout in order to make this video. And of course, I'm not sure that I will qualify yet because I haven't placed a trade on the funded account. Real quick, I can actually show you guys over here. We go on the dashboard, we go on the two-step funded, and we can see there's no trades placed, okay? So the account is fresh, I haven't placed any trades on it. So I'm not sure, of course, if I will be able to qualify for a payout, but I will do my best. Now I digress, going back to what I wanted to mention. That was the main reason, the fact that I had to wait 30 days and I wanted to make it all in one video. And then second of all, I also knew that in May we had all those tariff speeches with Trump and a lot of uncertainty, even though April turned out to be an incredible month. So now if I look back, I'm a bit upset that I didn't take the trades on this account as well. But yeah, that was one of the reasons as well, but that was a small reason. And also the fact that we had Easter. But to be honest, if there was no 30-day rule, I would have most likely started trading the funded account right after I would have received it. Okay, so yeah, just wanted to clear this out to make sure that you guys know it as well. And now going back to this UChef chart, right here is exactly where I opened it on that exact day. First thing that I did on the hourly is I marked my liquidity levels. The upper one was this valid high here, and the lower one was this valid low right here. Very clear, very clean, nothing to second guess. And then I just waited, okay? I just waited for either one of these two to get taken out, and we can see that with the next candle, we took out this liquidity level, the valid low basically. And the first thing that I saw was that this was a beautiful H1 sweep, okay? Why is it a beautiful H1 sweep? Because this H1 candlestick goes below this low, grabs the liquidity, but fails to close below it. Okay, and that for me is a great higher time frame confluence. Apart from that, I went on the 4-hour, but on the 4-hour, I wasn't able to see anything, and neither was I able to see something on the daily. So the only confluence was this beautiful H1 sweep on the 1 hour. Hence why I went on the 5-minute, and I noted that we have a beautiful H1 sweep. And because of that, we have an A+ potential, depending on, of course, the market structure shift, because no matter how good the higher time frame confluences might look like, if I'm not getting that aggressive shift, I'm not taking the setup. Okay, so right here I was able to identify this shift, okay, but for me this right here was a weak shift, so I waited. Okay, I waited, and we can see right here that now we have a impulsive shift. Okay, why? Because we have a full body closure above this high. Now, that's exactly when I wanted to take the setup. It was a bit after I took the GU setup, 30 minutes after. The VVG was this one right here. This is exactly where I placed my buy limit. And of course, I then sent this order in my community as well. and then I targeted 2RR. Okay, that's what I always go for. I know that in my community, many of you guys like to aim for the 3RR target or for the first target, but like I said, trade management is totally up to you and your personal preference. Okay, so right here, we can play the price. It missed us by a tiny bit. Right here, I was laughing because I thought that the trade might run without us. And right here, we got tapped in. Okay, we got tapped in, and look at this beautiful sniper reaction. Right here, the TP was smashed. Once again, next to no drawdown, very similar to the trade on GU, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, on GU. We also had a perfect reaction to the VVG. And yeah, it was a really beautiful day being able to catch both of these wins after taking a loss. And with this U-Chef trade, okay, I was able to pass the account, to pass the phase 2. And then, like I said, all I did is I waited until Friday, I think. Yeah, let me check. But I think Friday was the 4th of April. Yeah, until Friday to complete the minimum trading days. And then on Friday, I received the certificate of the phase 2 that I just shared with you guys. And I also got the funded account assigned as well. All right, so now that you know how I passed the phase 2 as well, it's time for me to tell you my plan on how I will approach this funded account. So you guys already know that on phase 1 and phase 2, I risk 2.5% per trade because I didn't want it to take multiple trades in order to be able to pass it, but that's just my approach. I do not recommend it. Like I said, I'm at a point right now where I value time more than money, and that's why I wasn't afraid to risk a bit more, knowing that I will have a bigger chance to blow the account. But now that I am on the funded account, okay, once again, right here we have it on the dashboard, showing you guys that it's active and that I placed no trades on it. My plan with this funded account is to risk 0.5% per trade. Once again, the risk to reward will be at 1 to 2 because I always like to go for that 2RR. And to be honest, if I get a winning trade and I will be up 1% on this 200K account, what I think I will do to secure the payout and create this video successfully is after I secure the 1%, hopefully, I will then complete the minimum days, the minimum trading days, and then I would request the payout and I will document the process, okay, to see how smooth it will be or if it will take time. You guys will be along with me and we'll see exactly how things will go. And yeah, looking forward to see what opportunities the markets will present. And I'll keep you by my side. I'll show you exactly what I'm looking at, the trades I'm looking to take. And yeah, hopefully, it would be ideal if I would be able to start with a winner. Real quick, right before I eat lunch, I thought to show you guys the MT4 account as well to see that it's a real 200K account. We can see it's under my name right here, and also that I placed no trades on it. Okay, we can see this is the account, and these are the pairs prepared here for the day trading setups. And right now, after I eat lunch, in around 2 hours from now, I will start looking for setups. All right, so I've started looking for setups. The stock exchange has opened 15 minutes ago. And right now I have my eyes on gold and GU mostly. I thought to give y'all a short outlook as well. So check this out, guys. On the hourly time frame, we took out this valid high over here, this liquidity level, and we also entered an H1 supply, and currently we are rejecting from it. That looks very, very good. We also have a beautiful H1 sweep. Why? Because this H1 candle went above this liquidity level but failed to close above it. So that's a great higher time frame confluence. And now on the 5 minute, as we speak, gold is giving us a shift right here, okay? But this is not valid yet. I am waiting for a aggressive shift, okay? I wanna see a full body closure below this low, and then we could look for an entry, okay? We could have our entry right here if, of course, we'll have an aggressive shift and a visible VVG, okay? Apart from that, on GU, we took out this liquidity level over here, this valid high, and we entered an H1 VVG visible right here. But now, as we speak, we entered an H1 supply, okay? And that's a better confluence. So let me quickly modify it. So yeah, we have an A+ potential depending on the market structure shift. And now on the 5 minute, okay, that's what I'm waiting for, okay, on the aggressive shift. But yeah, GU is pretty far from giving us a setup yet, but I'll definitely keep an eye on it. And on US 30, we can see that we took out this liquidity level, and we took out this major one as well. Nice, that is looking great. So now let me quickly check in real time with you guys. Over here, there's nothing else. What about the 4 hour? Nothing on the 4 hour, nothing on the daily. So the only confluence would be the beautiful H1 sweep that we currently have, and that's a great one. And I'm not gonna lie, the market seemed to be very volatile, okay? Which is good. So beautiful H1 sweep, A plus potential depending on the MSS. Okay, that's what I'm waiting for. Let's see. And then USHEF, we can see USHEF is currently in between these two liquidity levels. Same story for EU, same story for GJ. And NASDAQ just took out the high as well now as we speak. But yeah, to be honest, on NASDAQ, I don't think we'll have anything soon. So for now, I will focus on gold because it is literally giving us a setup soon, guys. Okay, so yeah, I'll keep you updated. So as you guys can see, the first trade was a loss on gold. Okay, the setup we previously discussed about was a beautiful A plus setup, literally nothing to complain about. I didn't see any minuses. Okay, for some reason this bullish volume decided to kick in the markets and push the price higher, therefore my stop loss was hit, but again, nothing to complain about. Okay, this was a valid loss. It was a very beautiful A plus setup. This is the loss right here. Okay, once again showing you the accounts, showing the settings. Okay, it's the real account. I'm not sure if the dashboard has updated as well, but if it did, let's check it and see. Yeah, it did. Check this out. X loss limit, we are at minus $1,000, minus 0.5%. Okay, and the trade we took, I think it's visible here, gold sell. Okay, just to be 100% transparent with you guys and show you that I actually took this setup on the live funded account. And for now, I'm just waiting. Okay, on gold, I'm done trading for today. NASDAQ showed a potential setup here. However, I decided to not take it because the TP would have been past the opposite liquidity level, way past it. On GBP USD, we took out this liquidity level over here, but now I'm having my eyes on this one here. If we could sweep that one as well, that would be great. On US 30, we have a beautiful H1 sweep, and now I'm waiting for a bearish market structure shift. But right now, we don't have it, so we'll have to wait. On USHEF, we just took out this liquidity level over here. I'm just keeping an eye out on it to see how the H1 candle will close in the next 11 minutes. And on EURUSD is looking pretty good. We have a beautiful H1 sweep, of course, depending on how this H1 candle will close. We also entered a daily VVG. Let me show you. I'm talking about this one here. And now on the 5 minute, I'm waiting on a shift, but the structure here isn't really helping. We'll have to wait for a new leg to form and then potentially wait for a shift. And on GJ, there's nothing to talk about really. So right now, my main focus is on EU, US 30 potentially, and GBP USD. Okay, and maybe USHIF as well. Okay, depending on how the H1 will close. So yeah, we are at minus 0.5% now. It's all good. I started phase 2 with a loss as well. Hopefully with the next trade, we will be able to get the account back in profit, and then potentially with the third one, maybe we'll be able to secure the 1% payout. Okay, so yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Back with another update since I'm almost done trading for today. 8 minutes left and I'll be done. And to be honest, I won't take any other setups. Okay, apart from the one on gold that we already discussed about. US 30 gave a setup indeed. Okay, we had this impulsive BOS towards the downside, good looking VVG, but I would have entered it here with the stop loss above this high, and then the TP, as we can see, would have been way past the opposite liquidity level, so that is a no-go for me. On EURUSD, we can see that it didn't give us the bearish shift, so nothing to discuss about. NASDAQ liquidated the low, but currently we can see that there's no structure that we can play with, and to be honest, I haven't even checked to see if there's any higher time frame confluences, and at the first glance it seems that there aren't. And then of course these pairs GU, USHEF and GJ are still in between the liquidity levels. So yeah, for today I took only one setup on gold, one loss. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow on the charts. I'm sure there should be some potential opportunities tomorrow as well, and maybe we'll be able to get back in profit. And yeah, this was pretty much it for today, for the first day of trading the live funded account. I'm back. It's the next day, and there's 45 minutes left until the New York Stock Exchange will open, and that's when I will start looking for setups. And I thought to see how the markets look like right now, and also to give you guys an update, because today I will stream the whole trading session and I won't really be able to record something separately. Okay, so for now, but before I hop on the charts, let me quickly go over the dashboard again, just being super transparent at each step. Okay, showing you that the balance is the same. Let's click the account real quick. And we can see that the drawdown is the same. Okay, I took no other trades than the one on gold. All right, so yeah, now that this is out of the way, let's hop on the charts and let me show you guys what I currently see. Right, like I said, right now I will not take any setups for the next 45 minutes. After the stock exchange will open, that's when I will start looking for potential A+ setups that I will be willing to enter. Right now, I have my eyes on gold and GJ. All these other pairs here are presenting nothing interesting. Okay, on gold, check this out, guys. We have this beautiful H1 sweep right here. Okay, we took out this valid low, this liquidity level, and as we can see, the price looks like it will close above it and not below. So that's a very good higher time frame confidence. And besides that, we also have this beautiful H1 unmitigated demand. Okay, so gold is looking really, really good. And now on the 5 minute, I am waiting for an aggressive shift. Okay, hopefully, maybe I won't get the shift for the next 40 minutes and I will be able to get it after the stock exchange will open, because this gold potential setup really does look good in terms of the higher time frame conferences and whatnot. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right here. On GJ, check this out. Very high, very low, took out the very low, took out the lower liquidity level slightly, but it did take it out. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. It's a beautiful H1 sweep currently, because as we can see, price looks like it will close above and not below this valid low, which is good. In 12 minutes, I will know for sure. And on the 5 minute, I am now waiting for an aggressive bullish market structure shift. Okay, so both of these two look pretty promising, I'm not gonna lie. If the shift will look aggressive, they would definitely be A+ setups, but I need to wait now. Okay, I need to wait. Apart from that, US 30 is in between these two liquidity levels. Okay, I marked this liquidity level over there because it took this one and it already gave a setup before the stock exchange opens. Over here, price is also in between. Same story with NASDAQ. Same story with GU and same story with USHEF. All right, so therefore for now I will focus on these two pairs, and yeah, of course I will keep you guys updated with how today will go. All right, so the second day on the 200k funded account has come to an end, and the only trade I took today was this one right here on GJ, that as we can see right now is running in some drawdown with some big volume. This might be another loss. Okay, but there's nothing to do about it. It was an A+ setup. Let me show you guys that I actually took this setup, and then I will show you the breakdown behind it. Okay, this is the account. Once again, the settings, you can see it's the real account. So why did I take this GJ setup? We go on the 1 hour, we can see that we took out this major liquidity level over here. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is that we had a beautiful H1 sweep. Basically, price went below this low but failed to close below it. It only wicked below it. That's why it's a beautiful H1 sweep. Price then entered this H1 FVG that is also visible on the daily. Okay, let me show you right here. And with all these higher time frame conferences, I then went on the 5 minute, and on the 5 minute, I waited for an aggressive shift that I was able to identify right here. Okay, we can see we have this aggressive shift, full body closure above this high, beautiful looking, good looking FVG over here as well. I decided to enter this trade right here. Okay, and currently it's running in drawdown, but like I said, if it's going to be a loser, so be it. Today, guys, was a really good day nonetheless. Why am I saying that? Because I think we avoided around 4 or 5 losses today. Today I streamed the entire session, so if you were in today's stream, okay, 29th of April, you know what I'm talking about. We're able to avoid so many losing trades today. And therefore today, no matter if this trade will be a loser or not, this will be a winning trade, a good day in the markets. Apart from that, US 30 had a beautiful H1 sweep but failed to give me a shift with a VVG. UCHEF gave a setup here, but once again, one of the losses that I was talking about, entry would have been on this VVG here, stop loss below this low, stop loss would have been hit right now, but I decided to not take this setup because it wasn't a plus. Why wasn't it a plus? Because the TP would have been past this opposite liquidity level. Apart from that, don't get me wrong, this setup was really good looking in terms of higher time frame confluences. Okay, it had a beautiful H1 sweep. It reacted to a H4 demand as well, but on the 5 minute, because the TP would have been way past the opposite liquidity level, this wasn't a plus anymore. That's why I decided to not take it. Okay, same story with EU. Okay, we had a beautiful H1 sweep over here. We can see we took out this liquidity level. Then on the 5 minute, it broke structure right here to the downside impulsively. Good looking VVGs. Once again, I decided to not take this setup because the TP would have been way past this liquidity level over here. And once again, it was the right decision because as we can see, this would have been another loss. Okay, and on gold, entry would have been on this small VVG here. Once again, reason I decided to not take this one is because the TP would have been way past the opposite liquidity level. Apart from that, gold was looking really good. Okay, we can see that we had a beautiful H1 sweep over here. We also reacted to this H1 demand, okay, unmitigated demand right here. We discussed this potential setup in the previous update at the start of the New York session, before the New York session started. And then on the 5 minute, we had the aggressive shift right here. Entry would have been on the VVG, but like I said, I decided to not take it because it wasn't a plus. And apart from that, NASDAQ and GU stayed in between the liquidity levels until the session has ended. So yeah, for today, the only setup I took was this one on GJ that is still running. And of course, I will keep you guys updated with how it will go. Right now, it's floating at minus 505, more or less. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Hello everyone, back on the charts. It's the third day trading the live funded account, and I just did the analysis. The New York Stock Exchange has opened 20 minutes ago. And real quick, before I get into the analysis, as I did yesterday, let me refresh the dashboard to show you guys that I didn't take any other trades. This is the two-step funded. Basically the live funded 200k, and as we can see, we are at minus 1%. I took 2 trades, risking 0.5% on both of them were losses. Once again, the first one was on gold and the second one on GJ. Let's refresh the page just to be extra transparent, and yeah, there we go. Now this is cleared, and now we can go over the analysis. Okay, so there's quite some things going on, I'm not gonna lie. The markets seem to be volatile today, which is good. And also real quick, I think on this next trade, because I had 2 losses in a row, based on the probability aspect, the next trade I will take will have a higher chance of winning after taking 2 consecutive losses. And because of that, I might risk 1% on it, depending on how good it will look. Okay, so just wanted to share that with you guys as well. And now let's go over the analysis. Right here we have GJ, and as we speak, it took out this liquidity level over here as well, and it entered this H1 VVG now. Yes, it did. So let me bring this over here real quick, and now let me extend the line to have it visible on the 5 minute as well. It could be a beautiful H1 sweep depending on how this 1 hour candle will close. It will close very, very soon. And on the 5 minute now, of course, I'm waiting on that aggressive bullish shift. We also have news in a couple minutes. Okay, so I wouldn't be keen to enter a trade right now, but in the next 5 to 10 minutes I will be. Okay, so on GJ, that's what I'm waiting for. Next up we have UCHEF. On UCHEF, check this out guys, we have a beautiful H1 sweep of this padded low, and now on the 5 minute I'm waiting on an aggressive bullish shift. On US 30, right here, we took out this valid low, this liquidity level, and to be honest, I think we will close below it. Okay, so this right here might not be a beautiful H1 sweep anymore, and if that's the case, I think I will move my lower liquidity level to this valid low over here, because over here we don't have any higher time frame confluences. The only confluence could be the beautiful H1 sweep, but if this H1 candle will close like this, there will be no beautiful H1 sweep confluence. Over here, Nasdaq is dropping very impulsively, pretty much same as US 30. Over here, we took out this valid low, all right? Once again, I don't think it will be a beautiful H1 sweep anymore, but over here we have a higher time frame confluence apart from the beautiful H1 sweep. Why? Because we have this 4-hour VBG that's very visible, and it's also visible on the daily right here. Okay, so that's our higher time frame confluence, and because of that, on the 5-minute I will be waiting on an aggressive bullish shift. Next up we have GBP USD. On GBP USD we have this valid high, this valid low was taken, and we also entered a daily demand and an H1 demand as well. Okay, I'm talking about this one right here. This is the H1 demand, and the daily demand, let me show you, it's this gray candle right here. So yeah, this one has some decent confluences, I'm not gonna lie. And now on the 5-minute, once again, waiting for that bullish shift. On gold, very simple, very clean, valid high, valid low, took out the valid high and gave us a beautiful H1 sweep as we speak, since the H1 just closed. And now on the 5-minute, I am waiting on an aggressive bearish shift, okay? And lastly, I have Euro USD that is in between the liquidity levels, okay? This is the only pair where I don't have anything interesting right now. So yeah, that's the update for now. Of course, I will let you know if I'm taking any setups today. So yeah, let's see how the markets will move today. So another trading day has ended. It's a third day today since I started trading the funded 200K account. And today I had no trades, okay? I had this setup here on Nasdaq that, as we can see, went higher without tapping me in right here, okay? This is where I wanted to enter the trade. Let me quickly show you the full analysis. On the 1 hour, we took out this liquidity level over here. We then entered a 4-hour plus daily VBG. You're already familiar with it. And then on the 5-minute, I waited for the aggressive shift. I identified it right here. We can see we had a pretty impulsive shift towards the upside, breaking structure here, closing with the full body above this high, but then price just continued to head higher. And therefore, today we had no setups. Real quick, I want to show you the MT4 as well to see that it's at -1%. This is the real account. Trader scale dashboard as well. Let's refresh it. Let's go on the funded 200K. And as we can see, no new trades, okay? Just being 100% transparent. And yeah, today, no trades. There's nothing to complain about really. I mean, this month so far has been very profitable. I would say I had a bit of bad timing, so to say, starting this account in the last week of April after a big winning streak, so to say. That we had in the rest of April, so it's pretty normal that we have a week that is not as profitable as the previous ones were, okay? Because at the end of the day, as I previously mentioned in the previous videos, I said that yes, I had an incredible month in April, but I'm also aware that sooner or later I would also get into the next losing streak, okay? So yeah, right now, nothing to be worried about, -1%. Tomorrow, we have some bank holidays on the Euro, okay? And also on the CHF. But tomorrow I will be very picky. Because of that, I will still trade, but I will be extremely picky. And then on Friday, of course, I won't trade at all because of the NFP. So yeah, I'm curious to see how tomorrow will go. Over here on gold, we did have a potential setup, okay? Once again, you guys already know the beautiful H1 sweep. I already shared it with you in the first update. And over here, gold gave a shift, okay, right here. But because it was a weak shift, I decided to not take it, okay? Entry would have been on this VVG right here. I decided to not take this setup because ultimately it wasn't a plus. GJ also presented a potential setup, but again, I decided to not take it. Why? Very simple. Over here, we took out this low. You guys already know it. And then on the 5-minute, we had this shift over here and we had 4 fair value gaps, okay? This shows me that the move most likely already happened and there's no point for me to try to get involved. And as we can see, I think we made the right decision. So still, this week so far has been really good. Although we are down 1%, we lost 2 trades in a row. Trust me, it could have been a lot worse. Like the amounts of trades I was able to avoid, the amount of losing trades I was able to avoid these past 2 days was pretty crazy. You guys already saw them. I shared multiple ones with you. So yeah, that's definitely something to be happy about, because avoiding losing trades is as important, if not more important, than identifying those beautiful A+ setups, okay? Next up on GU, once again, something that I decided to not take. Over here, we took out this low, we entered this H1 demand, and we also have a demand visible on the daily. You guys already know that, no point for me to go over it again. And on the 5-minute right here, we had the shift, and once again, we have 4 fair value gaps. Okay, that's why I decided to not enter, and once again, it was the right decision. And over here on EU, it looks like it gave a shift over here, okay? But right now it's too late to market, too late to take it in consideration. And to be honest, there was no fair value gap anyways, okay? So there wouldn't have been a trade. Over here, we swept this liquidity level, and on EU, we would have had an entry, okay? Because we swept this level over here, and then on the 5-minute, okay, if we use the bar replay, we can see that the market gave a shift right here, okay? Pretty good looking one, candle closure, but this VBG was too small for me to take in consideration. And check this out, another dodge, so to say, okay? So yeah, overall, once again, I'm ending the day, and I know that I was able to respect my plan to the T, and for me, that's what's most important. All right, so yeah, that's that for today. I will see you guys tomorrow, because on US30 and on USHIF, there's nothing to discuss about. I'm back on the charts for the last trading day of this week. Why is it the last trading day of this week? Well, because tomorrow, as we can see here, we have the NFP, okay? So new day. Once again, before I get into the analysis, let me quickly refresh the dashboard to show you guys that I haven't placed any other trades besides the 2 losses that we have so far, -1%, as we can see. And these are the 2 trades, okay? And now on the chart, I have my eyes on gold, GJ, and US30. On gold, I do actually have a setup, but I'm not really keen to take it now because we have the PMIs dropping in 19 minutes from now. And I can see that price is going away from the potential entry. I would personally enter on this VBG right here, but let me show you the quick top down. So on the 1 hour, this is the valid high. Gold took out this valid low over here, okay, with this impulsive move towards the downside, and it entered a daily demand, okay, right here. This right here, the LOD is the low of the demand. And then on the 5-minute, I noted that I have an A+ potential depending on the market structure shift. And as we can see right here, we have the market structure shift. Very good looking, very clear. We also have these 3 VBGs that were left behind. And like I said, I would personally enter on the second VBG. But again, I will keep on waiting now. It's also a day with a lot of holidays today, as mentioned yesterday. And yeah, there's no point for me to rush things, okay? There's no point for me to rush things. Apart from that, I'm looking at GJ pretty closely as well. Over here, this is how the H1 is looking. This valid high was taken out. This is the most recent valid low. And then if I go on the 4 hour, I will see that GJ entered a 4-hour supply. Talking about this one right here. This is the high of the supply, and now on the 5-minute, I am waiting for an aggressive bearish shift. If I get that, we might have a setup over here, okay? GJ is definitely looking pretty promising. And now on US30, we have a very clear, beautiful H1 sweep over here. Valid low, valid high, swept the valid low, and it looks like it will give us a beautiful H1 sweep. Why? Because this H1 candle will most likely close within the range, and that right there is a beautiful H1 sweep. And now on the 5-minute, waiting on that aggressive shift, okay? Apart from that, these other pairs over here, NASDAQ, NASDAQ just took out the low as we speak. So real quick, let's do a analysis on it, okay? We entered this 4-hour fair value gap over here, so that's a good confluence. Let's mark it. Okay, let's check the daily as well. Daily is providing nothing, so we could have a beautiful H1 sweep as well. But even if we don't, this H4 VVG is more than enough. All right, we move forward. We have GU. GU, very low, very high, price is in between. Same story with EU, same story with U Chef, okay? So yeah, this is the analysis for now. Of course, I will keep you guys updated, but for now, like I said, I will most likely stay on the sidelines, and I will wait for the news to pass, okay? There's 15 minutes left until the PMIs will drop. Most likely I'll play it safe, and then after the PMIs drop, I'll see how the markets will look like. Just ended the trading day as well as the trading week, because as mentioned previously, tomorrow, due to the NFP, I will not trade at all, okay? This is a very set rule I have in my plan that I always respect. Every single month when the NFP drops, I avoid that day. Same goes for the CPI on the US dollar and for the FOMC press conference, okay? These are very, very important rules for me to basically avoid trading those specific days. So for today, I didn't take any setups. As mentioned previously, today, because it was the 1st of May, bank holidays, I decided to be super, super picky, and I didn't really see anything good. Besides this setup on gold that was valid, the one we previously discussed about, it triggered right when the news dropped. Okay, and that's why I didn't take it. Apart from that, on GJ right here, GJ gave me a potential setup right here, but I decided to not take it because it wasn't a plus. Theoretically, right now it would have been running in some nice profits, but the reason I didn't take it is because I waited for the BOS here. This BOS here was a minor BOS, and that's why I didn't take it in consideration. On the 1 hour, we took out this valid high. You guys are already familiar with it, and we were in this 4-hour supply. So I was expecting a shift. The shift happened here, but again, I waited for a aggressive BOS of this low. I didn't receive it, hence why I didn't take this setup, because like I said, I was extremely picky today. There is no need to force any setups. I was already to avoid so many losses this week. So yeah, there was no reason for me to just get into a trade just for the sake of being in a trade, okay? So yeah, also, once again, let me show you the dashboard. I forgot about it. To show you guys that I didn't enter any new trades. As we can see right here, yeah, these are the only 2 trades. And of course, why not, let me show you the MetaTrader as well. This is the account. As we can see, it's at -1%. The settings, you can see my real name and that it is a real funded account. So yeah, let's continue. Besides that, on US 30, we had a potential setup here, but on the 5-minute, okay, we had the shift right here. This was the aggressive shift. But as we can see, entry would have been probably on what VVG? This is the first one. Let me quickly note them. This is the second VVG right here, the third, and we have 4 fair value gaps. So yeah, I wouldn't have entered this setup because we have 4 VVGs, and this shows me that the move has already happened without me. Okay, so that's why I wouldn't have taken US 30 anyways. And on Nasdaq, very simple, very clear, beautiful H1 sweep of this major liquidity level over here on the H1. And on the 5-minute, yes, price went to the downside pretty impulsively, but I couldn't identify a shift, okay? The structure didn't help me at all here, so therefore I wasn't able to identify anything here, okay? Next up, we have GU that just took out the liquidity level 15 minutes before ending the session, and as we can see, it's pretty much sleeping, okay? The volume isn't the greatest today. EU is in between these 2 liquidity levels, and lastly we have UChef that was also in between these 2 liquidity levels. And the reason I picked this one and not this one is because price fully closed above this one, and I didn't have any higher time frame confluences. That's why I looked left and I identified this new valid high. So yeah, this is pretty much it for this week, okay? It was a pretty choppy week, this last week of April. Apart from this week, April has been incredible in terms of results. So it was expected to have a choppy week as well, whether it was this one, whether it would have been the next one. But at the end of the day, I know that both setups that I took this week on this funded account were A+ setups, and it was just part of the game for those setups to be losers. There's nothing to complain about, there's nothing to be worried about. I'm not here to rush it, like I said. I'm here to be as real and as transparent as you guys, because I know that probably most of you guys are used to those videos where a trader gets a payout just like that. I'm here to show you how trading actually works. Okay, so yeah, what I think I will do is I will end this video right here, guys. This will be the part 1, and next week I will continue filming the part 2 as well, because already we have a lot of content here, a lot of valuable content, and I do not want to make the video 1 hour plus long. Okay, so this was the part 1 where I documented how I was able to pass phase 2, and then I documented live how I traded the funded account so far. The goal is for the second part to continue trading this funded account, and hopefully next week I will be able to get it out of drawdown and potentially secure a payout as well. So yeah, this was it for this one. See you all in part 2.